Welcome to The Hidden Truth. We're still pretty new to YouTube, and we're looking to expand our channel. If you enjoy our videos, please consider sharing them on social media or other UFO communities. Your support means everything to us. We have an exciting announcement. We'll be doing a monthly giveaway. All you have to do is like and comment on our videos for the chance to win a variety of prizes, including hats, shirts, and more. The more you like and comment, the greater your chances. Oh, and subscribing doesn't hurt either. What are you waiting for? Smash that like button. You can get free stuff. Don't forget to sign up for our Patreon page. Members get early access to videos, ad-free, and you can see content you can't see anywhere else.
The Defense Intelligence Agency reports on UFOs, Part 1. In 1985, the Defense Intelligence Agency released 139 pages of UFO-related reports. Here is some information related to those released files. Established in 1961 by Robert McNamara, President Kennedy's defense secretary at the time, the DIA's mandate was to coordinate all U.S. military intelligence services, those of the Air Force, Army, and Navy. This upset not only these individual services, but also the CIA, who perceived the DIA as a serious rival, since the strength of the military services intelligence branches combined exceeded that of the CIA. The DIA works for the Secretary of Defense, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the Director of Central Intelligence, and is staffed by both military officers and civilians. Its employees are said to number 7,000, and its budget in the 1970s was estimated at $100 million per annum. In addition to processing and analyzing intelligence gathered from military sources, which is then turned into finished intelligence reports that are circulated within the Pentagon and the intelligence community, the DIA prepares daily and weekly intelligence digests, as well as its own estimates of enemy capabilities. In 1980, Peter Jurston, the New York lawyer representing Citizens Against UFO Secrecy, he advised that in 1979, the DIA had submitted a motion to the U.S. Attorney, indicating that they had searched their complete record systems and had no documents on other than 3 that they had found and released. One involved a Peruvian incident in June 1980, while another related to some sightings in the Soviet Union that they were in the process of translating. The DIA had released the other document in 1977 to Charles Huffer, a teacher at the Berlin American High School in Germany. It deals with the now well-known case of UFOs, cited by an Imperial Iranian Air Force pilot in September 1976. In view of the DIA's denials that they had any further material on UFOs, it is interesting that in December 1985 the agency released a total of 37 UFO-related documents, amounting to 139 pages, to researcher Ray Boach. In their covering letter to Boach, the DIA explained that it has been determined that there are 53 documents responsive to your FOIA request. Of these 53 documents, portions of 15 are properly classified and are not releasable. Some of the released documents, stamped best copy available, are barely legible. The earliest dates back to 1957, which is curious since the DIA was founded in 1961. Most probably, the earlier reports were later forwarded to the DIA by the relevant service intelligence agencies. Eligibility on some of the documents is due either to the fact that the DIA considered them so insignificant that they were not worth preserving in legible form, or that they have been made deliberately illegible. It is evident from some of the documents that the primary concern of the DIA, or submitting agencies, was sightings related to Soviet activity. 1957, Finland. The earliest legible reports refer to sightings in Finland in December 1957, one of which states that a brilliant, elongated object, resembling a cigar, a long cigar, was sighted by 2 farmers in the terrain east of the legible. The object came into sight from the western sky. Its flight was horizontal, parallel to the earth, and its altitude was considerable. The line of flight was almost due east. Its speed was illegible, that of a meteor or a Sputnik. The mysterious object was visible for illegible. The report on Finnish sightings concludes, "It is significant that the majority of the sightings here reported, as well as the majority of those reported in earlier months, were bordering the Soviet frontier. The possibility has been suggested that the Russians are conducting some of their tests from a vessel or vessels in far northern waters." 1959. Afghanistan. The DIA's primary concern with UFO reports continued to focus on the possibility of Russian missile tests. An unclassified report dated December 3, 1959, supplied to the DIA by the Army, refers to sightings in Afghanistan in November of that year. On November 8, a huge luminous object was seen moving at great speed over the sky in Kandahar. The object, which was flying in a northwesterly direction, had a downward movement, and soon after it was seen, it blew up with a loud roar on Sherad Mountains, causing slight earth tremors in the area. No losses have been reported so far. Although the Army was unable to secure any further information about the incident, and another on November 29th, both of which had been reported in news bulletins, the most probable explanation is that Soviet missile tests were being conducted near the Afghanistan border. Lieutenant Colonel Sandland, who prepared the Army intelligence report, comments scathingly on the likelihood of UFOs being responsible. Afghanistan, with grim determination, has decided to advance from the 13th to the 20th century as quickly as possible. If more advanced countries have sighted UFOs, well, so has Afghanistan. On December 2, 1959, a bright, circular object was observed in the sky over Ghazni, heading southwest, which disappeared after 2 minutes. This drew another caustic comment from Lieutenant Colonel Sandland. Afghanistan, having sighted 3 UFOs within a period of 2 months, is rapidly catching up with other progressive nations, in this respect at least. 1965, Chile. In September 1965, the U.S. Sarat-Eche in Santiago forwarded a news report to the DIA of a sighting by the crew of Chilean national airlines, Flight LAN 904, on the 6th of that month. The captain of the DC-6B was Marcelo Sistemas, chief of flight operations for the airline, who described the sighting as follows. "It was something mechanical, zigzagging. Its movements were not precise. Suddenly, it changed direction and came directly toward us. It gave me the impression that it had located us with radar. During the 13 to 14 minutes, this strange object followed us. It gave me the impression that, when it located us, it tried to identify us. At once we requested information from the flight control tower in Arica and Itko. We were informed that no other flights had been scheduled in that zone. I have never had a similar experience. I didn't believe in UFOs. It was not an optical vision, due to atmospherical reflections. I am sure it was a mechanical apparatus. Our plane was flying at an altitude of 8,500 feet. The night was cloudy and without stars. The co-pilot, the engineer, hostess, and steward also saw it. It emitted a light of an intense color, then changed and turned to radiant white. It was suspended at a distance of about 3 kilometers from us in a straight line. It was more or less 21:30 hours. Suddenly, the same way it appeared, it withdrew at an incredible speed. Resources above top secret. Timothy Good, 1988. My take: I always find it very interesting about how the government lies and then says something different in relation to UFOs. At first, it's we only have 3 reports on file. Then suddenly there are a lot more reports. Were they lying? Were they incompetent? Or both? What do you think?